Hey boys, welcome back to some more Nrl Supercoach. It's going to be the round 11. We're up to round 11 already, bro. Honestly, this is the worst part of the footy season. It's a long season, but it goes really quickly. It goes way too quickly, dude. Even with it being long, I wish, not to get too much of a tangent here, but I really wish they would separate Origin and Internationals till the end of the year. I get for viewership and everything, you want the biggest showpiece like during the main viewing where more eyes are on it, but fuck dude, I would love it if it was at the end of the year. I get as well, like players need preseason and time off, fucking blah blah blah, but man, I would love like make the season shorter, a few rounds less, and then have like an international / origin after the season. But whatever, I'm not going to get too much more into that. But let's get into round 11 here. Team lists, Knights and Eels. So yeah, Thursday night the second origin for the women's is on. So Friday night footy, game 1, Knights versus Eels. Oh boy. Kalen Ponga still there. Who have they... Okay, so they've gone Fletcher Hunt. Did we see him in the trials? The name sounds familiar. A few Knights fans seem pretty excited by the young kids, so see how it goes. Obviously replacing Marju, who is gone for a decent amount of time. I think prognosis was like 4 to 6, but potentially longer. Sheila Gagai best, Sharp and Cogger still at 7. Oh my fucking god, dude. I am going to crash out watching Cogger play. If he fucking hits the lead runner, brother, I don't understand. I genuinely don't understand halfbacks that just hit the fucking second rower. For the love of God, pass the ball out the back. Obviously, mix it up. Like, hit the lead runner occasionally. But my God, Cogger, he never fucking passes it to fucking Ponga out the back. I'm going to lose it. Oh, man. At least the pain will be over after the first game. Either Ponga goes well or he shits the bed and then he's probably gone because Origin's coming up. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But Cogger, oh my god, he is genuinely doing my fucking head in. Saifidi, Crossland, Frizzell. Also, Crossland, like, the amount of times they avoid Ponga. I know Ponga has been disappointing as well. Don't get me wrong. I feel like he has been pretty lackluster in general. But the amount of times Ponga goes to, like, the blind side or he's there for the footy, they don't even look to pass it to him. And you can see the frustration at times. Like, Ponga's there with his arms up, like, give me the ball. And they don't even look. They don't even look at, like, the fuck. It's like I don't know. It feels like there's a fucking rift in the team to, like, Ponga's on the outer. Genuinely, it feels like they're fucking angry at him. Like, they don't want to give him the ball. But whatever. Frizzell, Lucas, Pierce Paul, Adam Elliott, Brayley, Croker, Cant, and Brody Jones. So, yeah, Marju out. The Eels, so big inclusion, Zach Lomax, which is honestly good as well because as a Kiraz owner, with Lomax coming back in, I feel like Lomax should have the running over Kiraz. I honestly, the backline, it could be fucking anything. Like, I don't know who he's going to pick, but I think Lomax probably deserves a spot if he comes back looking fit, if he looks good. He probably deserves a spot over Kiraz just because he played so well last year. So that's good for Kiraz owners. If Lomax was still out injured, then Kiraz, I feel like, was a great shout at getting picked, but Lomax is back, which is good. Iongi killing it, Penasini, Russell, Adokar. Obviously, yes, Simonson, unfortunately, he's had some... I honestly really like Simonson as a player. I think he's been sensational for the Eels for a few years now. Unfortunately, just keeps picking up injuries and picked up a broken foot, which feet fucking... You wouldn't think like they're the long-term injuries, but man, he's out for like 10 plus weeks, so really bad news for the Eels, and Simonson just coming back from his knee injury, but yeah, hopefully he is recovery goes well. Dylan Brown, Moses, Williams still in the prop rotation, Smith, Polo, Dury in the back row, Kartonga and Hopgood. Who is out? Walker, Moretti, Samrani, and Mataili? I don't know. I guess Geimer was starting. I got to be honest, I was surprised Geimer keeps getting dropped, but you know what? The odd time he has got his chance to start and play some decent minutes, he hasn't really impressed. So I'm not. I can't really blame him for dropping. It's a little harsh to he keeps getting dropped out of the top side completely. But I got to be honest, I'm surprised he didn't go with young Jordan Samrani. He has been very good. He's come on and played in the back row. Obviously, last week with the injury, he ended up playing in the backs, but he's been really good when he's come in and played in the forwards. I was actually thinking he might be a decent little cheapy pickup if he got the start in the back row, but apparently they've gone with Dury. It wouldn't shock me if there's a late switch. I honestly think he probably deserves the start. He's been really, really good. Obviously more outside back, but he's done a great job in the back row rotation. So excited to see if he can make his way into a bigger minute role, but we'll see. I don't know what's going to happen with that game. Honestly, I don't know. Then we have the Bulldogs versus the Roosters. So, big game here. Jamin Seaman out long term. Did he break his foot as well? I think he also broke his foot from memory. Connor Tracy, Kiraz, Sherry, Crichton, Montoya, Burton Sexton, King, Marnie, Sluka, Fafita, kick out. Harry Hayes does start, and he probably will. He was going to start last week. Then Seaman came in. Actually, I think Kurt Mann came in and Seaman went to back row. So I think this week Harry Hayes will start. Probably not a pickup. The price is a bit awkward, so wouldn't be looking at him. But yeah, exciting for him. Kurt Mann at lock. I got to be honest, a man that's gone a bit under the radar, and he has for a long time, Kurt Mann. I don't think he's really been in any conversation for Origin, or he probably has, but I mean, it was all like Ben Hunt will be the 14. Now Ben Hunt's injured. Tommy Dearden's probably the 14, but honestly, fuck, I would have Kurt Mann as the 14 in a damn heartbeat, bro. Like, he can cover he honestly can cover more positions than Dearden. He can play in the back line probably in a pinch, in the senses. He can play through the middle. He can play through the edge. He could honestly do a job at 5'8". I think he came through the grades like at the Storm years and years ago. I think he was more of a 5'8", but yeah, I really like Kurt Mann. I wouldn't. I would love to see him as that 14 role for Queensland with Hunt and also I guess Maxi Plath out, but I don't know. They're probably just going to go with Dearden, which is okay, but fuck, I would like Mann there. Bailey Hayward, Morin, Hotboy, and Luke Smith. And then the Roosters, so obviously coming off a bye, Tedesco, Tupou, Smith, Toya, Nwangani Tawaze, Smith, obviously good he is back. I mean, he obviously was going to be, but after the head knock a couple of weeks ago, good that there's no, ongoing symptoms. Savala, Lenu starts with White, Watson obviously, Crichton, Wong and Radley, Docker Clay, Butcher, Steep, and Collins makes his return. So again, I wouldn't be shocked if Collins starts over Lenu, but not really relevant. I mean, I'm not trying to talk too much about Origin, but I'm going to be a little disappointed if Collins gets picked for Queensland. I feel like Queensland have enough props. Obviously, Horsburgh back this year, Tino back this year. Even like the Titans are going like busters, but I think Mo Fodawaker has been pretty solid. You've got Cotter, you got like even Gilbert's back. I really hope they don't pick fucking Collins. I think he's an absolute fucking plotter. I know he is one of these guys that he does go to another level at Origin. He's done some great things, but I think there's better options. I hope he doesn't get fast-tracked, but we'll see. I mean, at the end of the day, he's not going to let you down, but it is what it is. I mean, I guess for, like, Naf White, if, like, Lenu also gets picked and Collins is out, I still think White could be, like, a bit of a sneaky pickup again over the origin period. Even Sia Wong I'm still somewhat keen on, but we'll see. I'm really hoping that the Dogs can finally do a job on Tedesco. Obviously, he had the bye last week, but obviously still don't own. I would like him to not get another 120. If the Dogs could, they're meant to be a defensive powerhouse. Just shut Tedesco down for one game, please. Just one game. That would be great. But yeah, it's again, it should be a good game. I'm excited to watch this one. I'm expecting fireworks. I mean, the Dogs have been aggressive from the get-go. The Roosters are, I mean, it's going to be I think it's going to be a great game, but we shall see. Then we have, Saturday afternoon, Dolphins taking on the Wars. Obviously, the Warriors killing it at the moment. The Dolphins fucking up and down like a damn roller coaster, but when they're good, they're good. When they're terrible, they're fucking awful. So we'll see which Dolphins turn up. Fido is definitely playing for an Origin fullback spot. I still think they're gonna go Ponga and Fido will play center, but I mean, if Ponga has another shocker, like, you never know. Fido could get the jersey. Zarko, Avarillo, Farnworth, Bostock. Obviously, I would love to get Farnworth, but probably not the time. I think there's more important trades at the moment. Nikarima, Katoa is killing it. Molo, Donahue still at 9, so obviously Plass still out, and also Marshall King, Felice Kafusi, Finifuyaki, Gilbert in the back row, and Ray Stone, Graham, Nichols, Kerr, and Lemuelu. This happened I was talking about Lemuelu as a potential pickup, but probably not, just with the players to come back. And then there was a late switch to have Stone play lock and Gilbert in the back row. Like, what the fuck is happening? Like, I know Gilbert has played like a fair bit of footy in the back row, but he's honestly not a very good back rower. I don't understand. He is your perfect 13. Why on... I think Lemuelu is so under-fucking rated and underplayed. What is Christian Wolf thinking? Play Lemuelu in the back row, fucking put Stone to the bench, and Gilbert to lock. Like, what are you thinking? What is happening? But, oh my God. I know they've been going okay, but like, it just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense at all, but oh well. Doesn't really affect Supercoach. I'm not picking up Lemuelu anyway. And then the Wires, so Clockster, Zalesniak, obviously back last week, looked good. Pompey, Cape will still in the centres. Honestly, doing a good job. And Tane Torpicki. So still no RTS. Must be close. Harris, Tavita, Metcalf, Fisher Harris back. I guess that adds up. I thought he was gone for longer, but I guess it's been a few weeks. But big inclusion for the Wires there. Wade Egan, Mitch Barnett, Leka Halasima, Nia Corey, and Aaron Clark. Honestly, it is interesting for Clark now. And then Tamara Mann, Jacob Laban, Varmunga, and Sam Healy. Fuck me, that bench is good for Clark, though. I was actually looking at replacements because obviously Nicholson he's gone like extended, like 10 plus weeks, needing surgery. And there are options like guys that are pretty good. And then you look at Clark and there's always this like thing about picking up someone. He's like 660, 670k. He started, I think, what was he, like 450? No, I think he was like 390, 400k at most. And there's always this thought of like really picking up someone like that that's already made their money. But he's just going so well. Dylan Walker leaving the Wars has been a huge uptick for him in minutes. And then you look at the bench, dude. There's like Tamari Munn and Sam Healy. you've got Varmunga, who's a prop, and then Jacob Laban, who's a back rower. Like, Aaron Clark could play fucking 80 minutes this game. Genuinely, I think I'm probably just going to go Aaron Clark. Like, I actually think I might just pick up Aaron Clark because the price is still pretty good. The numbers he's punching out, I think the price is still not bad. It feels yuck to do, but looking at Fisher-Harris back, originally I was like, don't love it because Fisher-Harris definitely commands more minutes than, Bunty Afoa starting, but that bench, I mean, the bench is so good for Aaron Clark. The annoying thing is that you can't really, you don't have to pick him up this week, but he does have another low break even because he got another ton last week, so he's going to get pretty expensive. Like, he's already expensive, but he's going to probably be over 700k next week, so it's probably now or never for Clark. I would have liked to have seen the minutes with Fisher-Harris back in the team, but man, it's got. I'm really tempted just to pull the trigger and get in Aaron Clark. It feels yuck, but at the end of the day, like, it doesn't matter. If he's punching out big numbers, then he's a great pickup. So, moving on, Cows versus Eagles. Cowboys should be pretty. Actually, no, I did see. Yes, there was some reports that. Bit of a change-up. Jakey Clifford has been dropped, and Jackson Purdue moves to 6, which I gotta be honest, I wish I'd held Purdue. I love the pickup of Sharp, but man, oh man, Purdue. I guess is he going to score as well at 5'8"? It'll be interesting because obviously at 5'8". I feel like he'll play a very similar role to Fletcher Sharp, although it'll be interesting. Like, I think Purdue, honestly, I think he's a more natural ball player than Fletcher Sharp. Fletcher Sharp, I know he apparently played like younger grades, like in the halves, but he doesn't look a natural half. Like, he's a runner. He doesn't pass very well and very often. So he runs the footy a lot. Purdue, I think he's a much more natural and gifted ball player. Obviously, the running game is sensational, but I feel like he will be a bit more of a ball player at 5'8". Is that going to be bad? I mean, he potentially could set up more tries, but yeah, it'll be an interesting watch. It'll be an interesting watch, and I mean, at the end of the day, you could still pick him back up if he's killing it at 5'8". But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. It'll be a good little watch of him at 5'8". The other big ramification here is Zach Labert, who is also a bit of a gun. I feel like his price is actually pretty expensive because he's only played limited games, but every time he's played, he's like scored pretty well. So, just from memory, I feel like he's about 400k. Potentially. I don't know. But if he's a bit cheaper than that, then he could be a decent little downgrade option in a couple of weeks if he holds a spot. Even if he is 400, he could still be okay for guys that are peaked. I think he also could carve up. He's going to be playing on the dominant left edge, which is where all the footy goes. And I guess that's the other thing with Purdue. If Purdue's on the right side, I mean, the Cows just love attacking left, so he might just see less footy in general. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Exciting though. I got to be honest. Like, Clifford's been good, and obviously the Cowboys have been winning with Clifford in the side for sure. But I think Purdue's a better player. I'm really excited to see him in the halves. I think he could really carve it up with Deard, and it could be a pretty long-term little combo there for the Cows, but we'll see. McLean, Robson, Hess, Bateman, Nanai, and McIntyre with Edwards, McKaylee, Neem, and O'Donnell comes back in. I think he was injured last week. Yeah, not much else doing there. Drinkwater. He's been... Oh, get that damn smile out of my face, boy. You've just been fucking killing me. Him and Tedesco have been the bane of my Supercoach season thus far. They've been ripping my heart out. The Manly boys, after a shocker last week, Tommy Trbojevic, Saab, Kohler, Garrick, Hopewade, Brooks, Cherry Evans. Bullimore, Tavanga is back to 9. Takiaho, Olakwatu, Trbojevic, Jake Trbojevic. Olakwatu obviously had that shoulder issue. It seems like he's been carrying a bit of a niggle. Like, he's had a couple of times where he's gone down. Like, but obviously nothing too major. Don't love it when he does that because he does sort of get less involved when he's sort of hobbling around and holding his shoulder. But yeah, he's obviously not too bad. Simpkin, Waddell, Navale, and Nathan Brown. Honestly, Matthew, I thought Lodge had gone. Is he still there? Honestly, I'm surprised they're not playing Lodge if he's still on the team. I sort of forgot about him. Manly are really missing Paseka. Really unfortunate that he suffered that injury because he was looking really good and he was just getting so much go forward. Manly are really, really missing Paseka through the middle. Like, Takiaho's been solid. Bullimore's been good off the bench, who now starts, but just that big body of Paseka has been really missed for Manly. I got to be honest, I feel like Manly are going to put the sword to the Cowboys. The Cowboys they're going well. Obviously playing at Townsville again, big boost. But I just feel like the Cowboys are a team that Manly are going to cause a lot of trouble to. It could be just a high score. It could be another 30-30. But I'm hoping Manly honestly run a score up and Drinkwater. So similar to Tedesco, surely there's a low score coming. They can't keep going 120, but we'll see. I'm not confident, but you know what? I'm calling it. I am confident Manly are going to put a score on the Cowboys. The Cowboys could also put a score on Manly, but I feel like Manly are going to put a score on the Cowboys. I'm saying that much. Moving on. Who have we got? Sharks Storm. Also another big game. There's some good little rivalry games this week for sure. The Sharkies, looks like Hazelton is out. The back line, pretty much stock standard. I would love to get in KL Iro soon. I think he is sort of my target in the centre wing. Obviously Farnworth also great, but Iro a little bit cheaper. And I feel like, well, they're both scoring like an insane amount of tries, but I do like them both. I just think Iro a little bit cheaper, potentially could lose more money this week. We'll see. Trindle, Hines, Fanil Blake, obviously he'd also be a good pickup, but this is one of those ones I'm sort of like, I could pick up Fanil Blake or Aaron Clark. I'm just like, just go Clark. Like, I feel like Clark is the better option over Fanil Blake at this point. They're both, I think they're similar price. Fanil Blake might be slightly more expensive, or they're pretty much the same, I think. Oregon Kafusi, Britton Nikra also at a good price. Billy Burns, McInnes, Atkinson, Calhoun, Talakai comes back in after that nasty head knock the other week, and Hamlin Uwale. The Storm, who had a pretty good game last start, I would say. Pappenhausen, Falongo, so still no Will Warbrick, still no Howarth, so Anderson's still in the centres. Front row of King, Utakamano, Garlic at 9, so still no Harry Grant either. Sean Bloor, Eli Katoa, Trent Liero, Wishart, McDonald, Kamakamitha, Joe Chen. Where is Solomona? Why is Solomona dropped? What is happening? I thought Solomona... Am I going crazy? I mean, Harry Grant's on the extended. Maybe he's a late inclusion. But the Storm... Like, Solomona's got some silly plays in him, obviously. But the Storm looks so much better when Solomona is in the team. He just provides that extra go forward, the quick play the ball, the offloading... And he was really good last game. I'm shocked he's not in the 17. What is going on? He must have done something to piss off Bellamy. I don't think that game there was anything too like. I thought he was pretty good. I don't know. Is there a little niggle potentially? That's the only thing I can think of. But yeah, interesting. No Solomona, but yeah, watch on Harry Grant as well. I guess before Origin if he's fit. It'll be interesting if Grant isn't fit for Origin. Who's going to be the number 9? Like, it better not be fucking Reid Marnie. I'm trying to think who else there is. Like, Queensland have always had like a pretty good stock of dummy halves, but at the moment, I don't know who they'd pick. It probably would be fucking Marnie, right? Like Ben Hunt's out. Who else is there? Probably just Marnie. Then we have the Broncos Dragons. So yeah, Cobbo's still a fullback. Mariner, Staggs, Shibazaki, Arthurs. Ezra Mann comes back in. Adam Reynolds. I'm not going to fucking get into Ezra Mann playing or shouldn't be playing. It's been talked about enough. Obviously, it's beneficial for the Broncos. And if they wanted to put their best foot forward, they had to pick him. He's done his suspension that the NRL handed down. They had to pick him, especially with Ben Hunt being out. So it is what it is. Paddy Carrigan, Billy Walters, Payne Haas, Willison comes back into the back row. Jordan Ricky, Hetherington, Pakes, Jensen, Piacora, and Fletcher Baker. I thought Maguire said he was going to make changes, but apparently not. I mean, there's one change, but it's a fucking forced change. So yeah, I don't know what to say. I'm pissed. I'm pissed off at the Broncos, honestly. The Dragons. So Toby Couchman, unfortunately for him, he's gone for I think it's a couple of weeks, 3 weeks potentially. But Gutho, Sloan, Sully, Holmes, Allen, the cheapie that I will not be picking up. I don't think I'll be picking up Allen. Flanagan, King Tongia still at 7, which is good. I mean, again, I thought he was pretty solid last week, even though the Dragons were not great. I still thought Flanagan. I thought Flanagan was fucking awful. I thought Tongia was pretty solid. I thought he was pretty good. I mean, anything could happen. He could get dropped in a couple of weeks, but I feel like he has been one of their better players the last few weeks. I think he has provided a little bit extra for that side. Jack DeBellin, Cook. So yeah, DeBellin comes into the starting prop rotation with obviously Couchman out, Clemmer, Egan in the back row still, Sewer and Hamish Stewart. Little, Leilua, Pacifici, Tonga, and Blake Laurie comes in. I mean, I'm trying to think, like, honestly, Hamish Stewart probably benefits from the Couchman injury. Again, Laurie, I mean, the games he's played, he's literally played like fucking 10 minutes. Like, Flanagan clearly doesn't like Laurie, but he's sort of the last resort. I mean, the fact I see Hame Saleh on the extended, why wouldn't you? Maybe he's not quite ready to go, but I love Saleh as a player. I wish him the best because he keeps picking up injuries. But if he's good to go, why would you not just put Saleh as a 17? But he might not be fit enough yet. I don't know. Even a fucking Michael Molo, I thought he was pretty good like last year when he played. I don't know. There's a few weird ones there. Like, why pick Laurie if you're going to play him like 10 minutes? But yeah, strange. I mean, he's probably going to have to play Laurie. I think it's going to be good for Egan. I can see Egan again if he's. Why does he keep switching again? Why do the amount of like Luciano started and then it was a late switch and Egan started a couple of games. Then Egan started and then it was a late switch. Like Lewis started. Now it's back to fucking Egan. I hope he keeps the spot because if he starts on the edge, I mean, honestly, Laidlaw was fucking awful last week. Like, I feel like Laidlaw was one of those guys, like, one step forward, 2 steps back constantly. Like, he was again, I don't know why he shifted it, because Leilua off the bench was doing great work. He gives them a starting spot back, and he just comes up with errors after errors. I was watching the game like, what is going on? Why did you switch it back again? Leilua's just shit the bed when he gets the roll back. But yeah, with this like forwards, like I feel like Egan, if he keeps the spot, he'll play his 20 minutes. Leilua comes on, and I could see Egan playing the rest of the game in the middle rotation, because Clemmer, not a big minute forward. DeBellin, the minutes obviously have been down, but he can play big. Hamish Stewart could get a bump, but like Laurie, he hasn't been trusting him for minutes. And then Tonga, obviously young kid, not going to play huge minutes. And then Little, I mean, he's been replacing Cook. So I feel like Egan is a big winner, and potentially Stewart. I don't think I'm going to be picking up Stewart, but if you have him, he could be in for some pretty decent minutes coming up. So yeah, we'll see. Surely the Broncos can fucking do something against the Dragons, but I don't know. I'm not confident. Anytime the Broncos run out at the moment. Then the Raiders Titans. So at GIO Stadium, I feel like the Raiders have been, well, probably of late, the Raiders have not been, or the Titans have not been a bogey team to the Raiders. I feel like when the Titans first came into the comp, I feel like for some reason I vividly remember, like, this is when I loved the Titans, dude. Like when Matty Rogers and Campbell and Bailey and LaFranchi, man, they were the days. When the Titans were like first in, their team was like so good. They were a joy to watch. But they sort of, I feel like they did great work over the Raiders. I mean, that's years and years ago, just sort of reminiscing. But yeah, the Raiders, they've also, like, how did they lose last week? I will never fucking know. Some of these games this year have been they've been insane. I feel like the Raiders should put a score on this Titans side, though, if we're being honest. KO Weeks, Tamale, Chris, Savage, Strange, Fogarty, Horsburgh back to starting. Obviously good to see him back. Tommy Starling, Tarpany, Young. Hosking comes in for Nicholson. Morgan Smithy still at lock. Owen Paddy, Simi Sasangi, Papali'i, and Ata Mariota. So yes, the big winner here, Hosking. Obviously Nicholson is a trade out. So I like Hosking. Don't get me wrong. But I think I'm not going to bring in Hosking this week. He could score, like, he's every chance to score a try against this Titans side. He's going to score well, but I just want to, like, I want to see the minutes, because the first couple of rounds, and granted he was a bit underdone because he'd come back from an injury, but same thing. Hosking was starting in the back row. Simi Sasangi was on the bench, and when Simi Sasangi came on, he replaced Hosking. Now, potentially, he could do that again, and then Hosking could go to the middle, because he's been playing middle for a few weeks now, and he'd have the fitness, but I just want to see, like, if Hosking's playing 65 to 70 minutes, I still think he's a good pickup, but I don't know if I would do it. If he's playing 80 minutes, then for sure, I will load up on Hosking. I want to see, because obviously I started with him. He did well, but the minutes weren't quite there, and then obviously he also picked up an injury. So I think I'm just going to hold off on Hosking just to see. Obviously, it's a great week to pick up Hosking, but it is what it is. The Titans, so De Groot, Camperera, Kelly, Fafita, Sammy, Brimson, and Campbell. Mo, Verrills, Campbell, Gillard, Cleesas, Fermor, Tino. Kieran Foran makes his return, which is exciting. Jamin Jolliffe, Chris Randall, and Pahulu. I mean, they're probably... Yeah, I mean, the halves have been going okay now. With Campbell back in, Brimson has been pretty good at 6. I still think, like, De Groot is solid, but I think Brimson at fullback and Kieran Foran at 6 would be the ideal spine at the moment. But if Foran can handle that at the moment, we'll see. He could stay on the bench. He could just come on at like dummy half potentially, or even come on as sort of like another playmaker. We'll see how it goes. But I sort of would like to see Brimson at the back and Foran to 6 in the coming weeks if Foran is fit to play the 80. But yeah, we'll see what happens in the coming weeks. It'd be good for Brimson owners as well if he was playing fullback, even though he's been going well at 5'8". He's been going well. And then the final game of the round, the Tigers fucking they love giving the Tigers the final game of the round. They I feel like they always play. It's either they always play Sunday. The Tigers literally always play Sunday. Yeah, doesn't really mean anything, but they do take on the Rabbits. So the Tigers, Fonopole obviously out injured, which is a pretty big loss for them. Dream Buller, Taruva, Dewey, Stafford Toa come back in. He was gone for a couple of weeks, injury. Charlie Stain still on the wing. Lockie Galvin, Jerome Luai, Terrell May, Coruscant, Royce Hunt starts. Sammy Finu, Safe Artois. Brent Naden at 14. Wild. Tony Suka, Jack Bird, and Sione Finu. Very strange to have Brent Naden in the 14 jersey, but fair enough, I guess. And then the Rabbitohs. Latrell Mitchell, Johnston, Zayatas, Campbell Graham, Bentley Hape, James Sullivan, Jamie Humphries, Jai Arrow, Havili, Kalamatangi still at prop. Very good. Ewan Aiken, Tallis Duncan still in the back row, and Lockie Hubner starting at lock. Jai Gray, Kepi, Moale, Liam LeBlanc. Schuster on the extended with Lewis Dodd. Boy, oh boy. So, I mean, Tallis Duncan scored badly last week. So his break even is not that low. Again, you could probably watch him to see if he still gets 80 minutes. Kalamatangi, you could definitely jump on this week. I mean, the fact he's still at prop. It's just, I guess it's the fact that the Rabbitohs have a bye next week. So again, you don't have to. I still think it's not a bad idea to just sit on the hands in the forward pack. I might make a move on somebody, but I do think I'm just gonna sit on my hands and just wait to see, because I think the plan could be, although I actually think Aaron Clark is the one guy that I would just go straight to, but potentially you could wait till next week. If Horsburgh plays Origin, you trade Horsburgh you could pretty much switch Horsburgh for Keon. Actually, no, because Keon doesn't play the bye. You could go Horsburgh to Hosking, and then Nicholson the week after, in round 13, you could go to Keon, who I think plays round 13. Or there could be another one in the round 12 that you'd want to pick up, potentially. Aaron Clark, you could go Aaron Clark this week, I think is a great play. But yeah, we'll have a better dive into that. So that's the team list. A few surprises, but overall pretty stock standard. So hopefully guys are enjoying the content. Make sure to like and comment. I'll be back for the preview coming up later in the week. So stay tuned. See you guys then.